I'd like to give you a little talk about time today. Time's a pretty important thing to most people. You know, it's really important to me because you run your whole day by what time it is, like when you're going to get up and when you're going to eat meals, and you know, just whatever you do it at a certain time. So it's good to know what time it is, and like about the easiest way to know what time it is just wristwatch here, and that'll tell you what time it is. You just wear it around on your wrist, and you always know what time it is. So there's no real problem. You can get to meals on time. That's really important in the dorms, because if you don't get to meal on time, stop serving food, then you might starve to death. So you have to know the time for that, and a lot of other things. Some people like to know what time it is so they can go to class, and you know, it's just whatever. You know, if you have special things you want to do, you need to know what time it is. If you're walking somewhere, it's really good to know what time you need to get there, and then you can tell how fast to walk. You just sort of figure it out with a few little mental computations, and just that way you get there right when you want to. And for getting up in the morning, it's pretty good to have a little clock radio. And I've got this one. It has a digital clock on it, so it just tells you exactly the time. Just 2:53 here, and so you know right what time it is without even having to figure it out in the watch hands. And the only real problem with having a digital clock and a watch is that how do you know where to set them? Because after all, you know, you could set it an hour wrong and not even know it, or even just a minute wrong. Then everything you did would be at the wrong time, and so that could be a real problem. So what I do, the government, as you know, looks after us really good, and they've got a radio station that tells time. You just tune it in here. Got myself a radio that'll tune in shortwave, and all you do is you tune in the station, and the radio's a little slow. It takes a while to warm up. Just tune in the station, and it tells you within a millionth of a second what time it is. And that's a pretty good thing to know, because that way, here it goes. If you know what time it is real accurately, then you never have to worry about being late. Or else if you are late, you know how late you are. Let's see what we can get here. Now, you may be wondering what those little beeping sounds are. Those are tones at 1 second intervals. And that way you can see if your second hand is working right. And also, if you're timing something that you need, you can just listen to this. It'll tell you how many seconds. You just count seconds. And so that's a pretty good little station to tune in.
At the tone, 22 hours, 54 minutes, Greenwich Mean Time.
Well, I see I'm about 4 seconds slow on my watch. Looks like my clock radio is about a minute fast. So all I have to do is remember that tomorrow morning, and when it goes off, I know I've still got a minute to sleep without, you know, having to get up. Otherwise, it could throw my whole day a minute ahead. And yeah, this just keeps going on. Every minute they tell you what time it is, so that you know exactly what time it is.
At the tone, 22 hours, 55 minutes, Greenwich Mean Time.
Still 4 seconds slow. people just really aren't aware of any sense of time. Just go through their day. They don't care about time. Figure every time that little radio beeps there, that's another second's gone by. And if you aren't aware of every second, could be losing a lot.